The stars hung like scattered diamonds across the obsidian canvas of space. As Harrison's exploration vessel drifted through the Andromeda sector, he had been a space explorer for 7 years now, mapping uncharted territories and documenting new civilizations. But nothing in his extensive training had prepared him for what awaited him on the planet Luminara. The distress signal had been faint, almost imperceptible, but Harrison's keen instincts told him to investigate. As his ship descended through the planet's iridescent atmosphere, he noticed the landscape below shimmered with colors that didn't exist in Earth's spectrum. Crystal formations jutted from the ground like frozen lightning, and bioluminescent forests painted the horizon in waves of ethereal light. Harrison landed his vessel near the source of the signal, in what appeared to be the ruins of an ancient palace. The architecture was breathtaking: walls that seemed to be made of solidified starlight, archways that defied conventional physics, and gardens where flowers bloomed in reverse, their petals folding inward to reveal glowing cores. As he stepped out of his ship, suited in his protective gear, he saw her. She stood at the center of what must have once been a grand courtyard, her presence commanding yet melancholic. Her skin had an opalescent quality, shifting between shades of pearl and lavender with each subtle movement. Her eyes were large and luminous, holding galaxies within their depths literally. As Harrison could swear he saw nebulae swirling in her irises. Her hair flowed like liquid silver, defying gravity as it cascaded around her shoulders. She wore robes that seemed woven from moonbeams and stardust, and atop her head rested a crown of crystallized light. This was clearly no ordinary being. This was royalty. Harrison approached cautiously, his universal translator already working to decode the electromagnetic signals she was emitting. When he was close enough, he removed his helmet, a gesture of trust that made her luminous eyes widen slightly. "Do you know me?" she asked, her voice melodious yet tinged with uncertainty. The translator rendered her words with an accent that reminded Harrison of wind chimes in a gentle breeze. Harrison studied her face, taking in every detail of her ethereal beauty. There was something ancient and sorrowful in her gaze, something that spoke of loneliness that spanned eons. Without thinking, without considering the implications or the protocols, he spoke from his heart. "You're the most beautiful alien woman I've ever seen," he said simply. Honestly, what happened next would be forever etched in Harrison's memory. The alien queen's opalescent skin flushed with a deeper shade of lavender, spreading from her cheeks across her features like ripples on water. She turned her face slightly away, and then impossibly, wonderfully she smiled. It was a smile that could have illuminated solar systems, shy and genuine and utterly disarming. "I am Lisa," she said softly, her voice barely above a whisper. "Last queen of Luminara." Over the following hours, as Luminara's twin suns set in a spectacular display of crimson and gold, Lisa shared her story with Harrison. She was the sole survivor of her species, the last of a civilization that had once spanned 3 star systems. A cosmic plague had swept through her people a century ago, and she had been in stasis, preserved by advanced technology, until Harrison's arrival had activated the distress beacon. Harrison listened, captivated not just by her tale, but by the way her entire being seemed to resonate with emotion. As she spoke, when she was sad, her luminescence dimmed. When she recalled happy memories, small sparkles of light danced around her like fireflies. "For 100 years, I have been alone," Lisa said, gazing up at the emerging stars. "I activated the beacon hoping anyone would know me, would remember my people, would remember that we existed." Harrison moved closer to her, drawn by an inexplicable connection that transcended species and space. "I may not have known you before," he said gently, "but I know you now, and I won't let you be forgotten." Lisa turned to him, those galaxy eyes shimmering with what Harrison recognized as tears, crystalline droplets that floated upward instead of falling down. "Why did you call me beautiful?" she asked. "Your species and mine are so different." Harrison smiled. "Beauty isn't about being the same," he explained. "It's about the light someone carries, the grace in their movements, the kindness in their eyes. You have all of that and more. You're beautiful because you've endured a century of loneliness and still have the capacity to hope, to trust, to smile. Once again, That lovely lavender blush spread across Lisa's features. She reached out tentatively, and Harrison offered his hand. When their fingers touched, a gentle warmth passed between them, her energy responding to his, creating a soft glow that enveloped both their hands. "Will you stay?" Lisa asked, her voice carrying both hope and fear. At least for a while. Harrison thought of his mission, his ship, his scheduled route back to Earth. Then he looked at this extraordinary being before him, the last of her kind, who had awakened to a universe that had moved on without her. He thought of how his simple, honest compliment had brought color to her cheeks and a smile to her lips. "I'll stay," Harrison promised. "And when I do return to Earth, I'm coming back. I'll document everything about your people, your culture, your civilization. The universe will know that Luminara existed, that the Luminarans were magnificent, and that their last queen was the most beautiful being in all the cosmos." Lisa's smile could have powered 1,000 suns. She squeezed his hand gently, and in that moment, across the vast distances of space and the impossible differences between their species, two lonely souls found connection. As the night deepened and Luminara's bioluminescent flora began their nightly symphony of light, Harrison and Lisa sat together in the ancient courtyard, sharing stories of their worlds. And though they had just met, though they came from different stars and different times, they both felt something neither had expected to find in the cold vastness of space: understanding, companionship, and the first stirrings of something that transcended all boundaries. The alien queen blushed and smiled, and for the first time in 100 years, she felt truly known.